Welcome. We're so glad you're here with us. Welcome today to Father Shawn's Paranormal Ministry. I'm his co-host Annette Munich. Father Shawn is not here. He's been on extended medical leave due to his wife's illness. And we do have an update on that because she did have surgery on Monday. It was a very long surgery, very difficult. And then the next day they had to take her back in for a secondary procedure to fix something that wasn't quite responding from day one. We do have a GoFundMe page for this. Everybody just know that all of your prayers and donations are appreciated more than you know, more than you can imagine. And the GoFundMe page is Join Sharon's Fight to Beat Cancer. And that's on GoFundMe. And she is Sharon Whittington. There is a link in the chat room right now, and we will put one after the show for people that catch the show later. And again, everybody, thank you so much. It's all very appreciated. Father Shawn Whittington is a priest with the United States Old Catholic Church. You may have seen him on Eli Roth Presents The Legion of Exorcists. That was on Travel Channel. You can now find it on Max and on Discovery Plus. Father Shawn is also the author of 2 books, God, Ghosts, and the Paranormal Ministry, Volumes 1 and 2. Very good books. Really, really interesting. All of his chapters are cases that he had in real life, and he writes about it very candidly and writes about how he resolved these cases. And we also have a book we did last fall, Help Me, I'm Haunted. And, I have 3 copies over there. I didn't bring one over by me, but Help Me, I'm Haunted was a very interesting book we put together based upon topics that we were getting in questions from our viewers, and each topic was turned into a chapter, and he weighs in on it, I weigh in on it, and then we had guest writers, of which our guest today is one, Susan Ahearn. She wrote, I think at the end of the first chapter. So that's another way that you can help Father Shawn. His books are on Amazon in paperback and Kindle, and also Help Me, I'm Haunted, and also available through his website at ghostbegone.biz. That's ghost-b-gone.biz, and you can get a signed copy that way. So besides that, my son-in-law's surgery was successful for his cancer procedure. He had bladder cancer surgery on Monday, the same day as Father Shawn's wife, so it's really been a week. And he's doing very well. Good appetite, energy, joking around, not in a lot of pain. So very happy about that, very thrilled, very blessed, and very blessed that Sharon is recovering in ICU with her husband and her children. And hopefully we are past all of the really scary stuff and on the road to recovery all the way around. And that would be a beautiful thing. I do have a new book I'm mentioning this week, and that is Ricky Raccoon's Mystery Agency. This is a preschooler book. Very, very cute, adorable story for your young ones. And we have Ricky the Raccoon and Pip the Mouse, and they go out and find clues and solve little mysteries together, sort of Sherlock Holmes and Watson style. So if you would like to get that book for a little one in your life, that's also going to be found on Amazon in paperback and Kindle. And the author's name is Dennis Gager. And I just love this book. It's adorable. This is the 3rd book that we've done this year. Very, very sweet. And everybody has always good things to say about it. So I'm very happy to be involved in these projects. Now, having said all that, and that was a lot, we've got the Happy Cape Cod Medium, Susan Ahearn, with us for our repeat theme show that we do the last Friday of every month, which is Happy Medium Monthly. And she comes on and she answers questions and does free readings. And we chit chat a little bit. And she is with us. We did advertise that this was going to be at a Bigfoot event, but that she wasn't able to go to that because of weather. So unfortunately, that didn't happen. But we do have her with us from her house. Hi, Susan.
Hi, thank you. I feel so blessed every month to be able to come on. Thank you so much, Annette.
Nice. I'm glad you're here. Normally, we have a pretty good time.
We
And
do.
we have people pouring in to the chat room. Really happy to see all of you. Thanks for joining us today. We love our chatters. We've got Linda. We've got Heidi. I always give Heidi a heart and say, hey, girl, hey. And we've got Travis and Michelle, yeah, and Carrie. Hi, you guys. Oh, and Carol. Carol's here. Hi, go, Carol gets it.
Mhm.
Yes. All right. So, very interesting. It's too bad about that event. That sounded pretty cool.
Well, it's all weekend actually, but right now in New Hampshire, they are going through this colossal, horrible weather alert. Um, and so, yeah, they're going through it right now. It's kind of been going through it all day. So I said, I'm not racing up there to get in a tent and to
Yeah.
be up there. So let me tell you a little bit about it because it's really cute. It is
Okay.
so cute. All right. So it's at Charming Fair Farm and it's
It's
in
it's at
Can
what?
Charming Fair, like Prince Charming, Charming Fair
Okay.
Farm.
Charming Fair
Um,
Farm.
yep. And it's in Candia, New Hampshire. And it's really a family event. I got my Bigfoot blanket. We're gonna go
I mean, this is
camping.
terrible, and I shouldn't go nuts, but it sounded like
Oh.
Prince Charming Farm at Candida something.
Right, right. That's
No,
why I had to read it because I knew I
erase,
was gonna mess
erase
that up
that,
real
erase,
bad.
erase. Okay.
Okay. So it's really is. It's designed for families and kids. And I love this opportunity to be able to teach little kids. And I've always kind of been a teacher along the way. Anyways, so um, they've got a petting zoo, they've got farm animals, they're going to have a hay ride so you can get on and they take you through the woods and you can do wood knocks and they're going to have a Bigfoot calling contest. So everyone's going to do their whoops. I'm not very good at my whoops. I would not have won, so that's okay if I miss that. Um,
We
yeah, the
have
guys
to
always make fun of me when I do my whoops.
we,
They're
we
like,
have to have Carl weigh in on this if it's a good idea to go through the woods and
oh,
go whooping for Bigfoot. Because you might find Bigfoot. Has anyone ever thought of what are we doing when we find Bigfoot?
well, for the adults later on, this is the fun part. For the adults later on, you banter with Richie B. Richie and Wojo are going to be there lecturing and telling stories and showing their evidence. And then later on, they're going to be live filming what's happening. So if you do want to check it out, but you can't make it to New Hampshire, you can go on their YouTube, Banter with Richie B, and that should be live. Oh, see, Carl's a super whooper.
Yeah, and that's a little play on his name because his last name is Sub. So
Yep.
it's I am a super whooper, but it's capital SUP. See,
I love. See,
I'm a
he's so
word
good.
girl. I caught that right away.
See, he's
Very
such a
cute.
good writer. Like I couldn't even come up with that. That is brilliant, Carl.
Very, very cute. Okay.
Someday, Carl and I are actually going to go do a something fun. I see that coming. I'm already going to pick the card for us because I already know Carl. We've got plans. So Carl doesn't have plans yet, but I do.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
he gets around. Does a lot of
Right?
traveling. I don't
He
know.
does.
There is Bigfoot everywhere. There is a map. You can go and look it up, and it's all the reported Bigfoot sightings,
Hmm.
and they list it state by state, county by county,
Yeah.
and you can see why you should not go in the woods and be whooping for Bigfoot. Okay, so you have to have blueberries, and if you see one, you dump the blueberries so that you can run, and they'll stop and eat the
Run.
blueberries, and then that's
It's
the
too
point.
early for blueberries, so I don't know what you're going to do. You're going to have to buy them, I guess.
I don't know.
So it's really it's a cute, fun family time. They're going to be this like maybe over 100 acres easily, and I may be shortchanging that 200 acres. So, um, we were going to go camping. You can't pitch a tent right now because it's torrential. So I'm probably going to go up tomorrow and be there Saturday, Sunday. So
Well, the
that's my plan.
pictures will be nice, and you could bring pictures back next time, and
I
we could
could
put
bring
up a few.
yes.
Also, speaking of the weather, we've been flooding here in Oklahoma, and
Really.
for our listener base, they just went through a lot down in New Orleans and the Gulf Coast,
Mm,
just terrible torrential rain and flooding. So this has been kind of a common theme.
yeah.
And we hope everybody is doing okay, and prayers for you,
Yep. Very much so.
because just looked like it was really, really extreme.
Hmm. And there's no place for their water to go down in
Right,
New Orleans. Yeah. No,
right.
it's
Yeah,
at
very,
least here with when we're on sand, so water doesn't linger very much here because it just soaks right through.
yeah. Well, that helps. Well,
Yeah.
where we are, our road is flooded completely, going in the one direction by the creek.
Mm-hmm.
So you can still go places, but you have to go the other way and take the long way around. So, but even the creek by the house, it's okay because we're on a little bit of an uphill, so that even if the creek, starts flooding over,
Yeah.
it's not, able to run to the house.
Yeah. Hear you.
So we got him saying, I was just in Dallas this week. Airport was crazy with the World Cup.
Oh,
Oh, interesting.
I can only imagine.
Oh,
Which
and
very good
also,
segue, Carl, because I've got to talk about that, but we're not ready for that yet.
and I'm going to let everybody know, Carl's going to be with me next week, and we
Ooh.
are going to talk about the Quinn portal, and that's going to be really
Mm.
interesting. So, I actually he invited me to um, a show that he was on, and I heard him talking about it. And I was thinking about next Friday just taking it off and doing a rerun. But I said, if you're free, we could go on. I think people would love to hear about this. And the Quinn Portal is in Arizona. Okay, so that's going to be really interesting. You guys could come and hang out with us, and we'll do a show and talk about it.
I love
Um,
it.
that'll be very, very nice. And, we got a lot of comments and activity. Very sweet. Hello, everyone. Sorry I'm late. Plenty of Bigfoot here. And the Paulding Light. What's the Paulding Light?
Yeah, where's
Um,
that?
this is Nancy. Hi, Nancy. I've been talking to Nancy a little bit. Very sweet. So
Nice.
I don't know what the Paulding Light is, and
No, sounds
think
interesting.
I don't think I know what part of the country she's in either.
No.
All right. So um, we'll see if she responds, but we can move on to some of our topics, and
Yeah.
then if you want to open for readings, we can do
Yeah.
that as well.
Let's just cover that first. You
Okay.
can ask for a reading. Any just poking a question. Um, you can talk like you can ask if I see that if there's anyone around you, that's fine. Sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't. I can't manifest and I can't make people show up, but we can always ask. That's what I always say, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Carol said, then we celebrate America's 250th. Yes, absolutely, and
We're
wonderful.
such babies, huh?
And he put
250.
Arivaca. I think that's Arivaca, Arizona. And then we have Susan, what positive up and coming do you see for me in my life very soon? I've received angel messages that sound positive.
Nice. I
And we
love
got
that.
another happy 250. Do you want to open for readings or did you want to? You were talking about something first, so
We
let's.
can go with this. That's all right. We can stop and jump back in. So I've got fortune. Oh, so I've got super good stuff for you, Linda. This is nice. It's friends and family, but the first card I pulled was the fortune card. So it's good things coming. Now, does it mean money? Does it mean positive? There's lots of light there. You've got this man's walking up a spiral staircase, and he's walking up, and it's not a quick journey, but there's light there, so you're being guided to continue on this journey that's filled with love and light. So keep that, because you're being supported by loved ones. I also see loved ones that have passed that are around you. They're appearing up here. I can't tell exactly who it is, but you're being supported. They're saying above and in your friend group. You are going to feel some disruption in July. I think everybody on the planet is going to be feeling this. Um, but it's necessary. And so just to breathe through it, to let it go. It may be fiery. It's not personal. They're trying to tell me, just let her know it's not personal. So I think that you take things in very deeply and think it's personal, think everything's personal. I get it. I do the same thing. Did I do something? Did I say something wrong? Because that's not your style. And they're just saying, just know that, just to kind of like breathe through it. Just breathe through it. Get through the whole month is going to be tricky. So they're showing me you've got good things set up. You've got good tools, emotional, spiritual tools. So use those. Okay, Linda?
Very nice. I'm the same way. I'm also very sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
When I pick up things, but I'm also sensitive and think that people are, that, I feel like their message was curt or their facial expression was not good. Or I do a lot of that. I think that comes with sort of being an empath to some degree, the constant monitoring and scanning of the environment. I got Golden Cougar Wolf, which again, that's Nancy. Nancy, I forgot you're in Michigan. I see you on Facebook, and I knew that you were in Michigan. The Paulding Light is in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, in Paulding, Michigan. They say it's the ghost of a railroad worker who died. It's the Ottawa National Forest near Waters Meet.
Ooh, that sounds fun. That's a good adventure field trip. I
Yeah.
love that.
And Linda said thank you. Also, we were talking a little bit before we started the show about all these earthquakes.
Yeah.
And that's become something to really think about. Two in Venezuela, very close together. There's over 500 dead. There's so many missing. It's really bad. And then we had Philippines before that, Japan, Sacramento. The Japan and Sacramento, they're to a lesser degree. But once you start having these seismic events, then that can trigger other seismic events. So they're saying that there could be more. Um,
There's going to be. This is my prediction.
okay, there's going to be.
Yeah, there is going to be. So let's just plan on that. Plan for safety. That's all we can
Yeah,
do.
the earthquake thing. What are you going to do? It's not like a tornado. You can't go in the basement and get away from it. It's not like a hurricane. You can't drive out of the area and get away from it. It just happens.
But our technology is better in America, I should say, that you are somewhat aware. So that way, then that kind of gives you, I don't know, a head start maybe, and having a to-go bag, that's important. Being prepared for anything that we're going to see coming up in the next, well, in 2026 is important. Right? It's being aware of your surroundings, being just situationally aware. And Mother Nature is going to be the driver of this one. She gets to tell us what's going to happen.
Very weird. We've had 2 small earthquakes here in Oklahoma in recent years. They're very small. It doesn't last long.
No,
but
they're like 2.6ers.
Yeah, and it's funny because I grew up in Chicago with the train tracks behind our house.
Oh, right.
So if I'm sleeping and that happens, I think it's the train, but there is no train.
If there's a train, that's a problem too.
Right. The train would go by and the dishes would rattle for a minute. And after you live like that for a long time, you don't even notice it anymore.
No, you don't.
But that's the train.
Yeah, you just get used to it.
Right.
Yeah, that's funny. So we're getting into a Mars-Uranus conjunction in Gemini. It's coming up, and you're going to hear a lot of buzz about this if you're in the circles of astrology. It's June 29th to July 6th. So, of course, it takes you right through the holiday, right? Right through 4th of July. And it is, so Mars is that masculine, intense energy. And it enters Gemini on the 29th. And it just, with Uranus, or Uranus, however you would like to say it, it just makes for explosive, sorry, the truck's going by, explosive energy. Like Uranus is unexpected. So like it is the planet of just surprise. So just when you thought this was going to happen this way, much like this weekend, you can plan for it, but Mother Nature's going to have her own idea, and she's going to have her own agenda. She's going to do what she needs to do. And that's going to happen all over the planet. It's not just here or there. It's a planetary situation. So nobody is going to be, I don't want to be like an alarmist, but I want to be prepared, and I want people to be prepared, and I don't want you to be surprised when something happens. And there's a ley line that goes right through, almost like right through Sacramento. And anything, even like into Carl's area, even into Arizona, it heads up and it goes towards Michigan and into Canada. That ley line for America is the hot spot. So that's the place to look for. I predict, yeah, go ahead.
That big San Andreas fault.
Well, that goes this way.
Different.
This line is this. This is totally different.
Okay.
This is an astrological ley line.
Okay.
Okay. And so as it's cutting across, and here'd be the water, it's going this way up towards Michigan. You're going to see something tremendous happen. And I do believe it also picks up a federal park. I don't know which one, whether it's what's the popular park that's up in, oh shoot,
what state?
I don't even remember right now. I'm having a total brain fart.
I do that.
Okay, good.
A very big park, a big national
This is the
park.
one that everybody gets
We'll
run over
think
by
of it
buffaloes.
later.
What's the one that try to hug the buffaloes?
Well, that's Yellowstone and
Yellowstone. Thank you. Good job. Yeah, so even up through there, so you're going to see Yellowstone activity, and then it shoots over. It does this nice little triangle to St. Helens, so Mount St. Helens. So we're in that whole area. We're going to keep our eye and just watch for Mother Nature whatever she's doing in that area. Now that could be, that explosive energy could be fires, which they're known for anyways. But I would say something unexpected. It's the surprise. It's maybe the sleepy little mountain volcano that's been asleep forever. That's the surprise that I'm not looking for the, oh, we expected the, the fault to go off, because it's always shaking. We're looking for the surprise. So keep your eye on that. That's Mars, that Mars energy, but it also will be affecting people. Mars is a male energy, so you're going to see men if you're a hothead already, you're going to see people wanting to fight or being just in your own personal space. Like, you're going to be more agitated. You're going to be more likely to road rage or just these spurts of extreme energy. So watch for that. Don't be surprised if it happens. Stop it before it happens. Like, we have to be aware. And I would also suggest not going to large events. Stay away from large groups, like concerts. I'm not going to go to the parade. I'm going to avoid anything where it's hot, intense, people are cranky, people are crammed in. You're going to see issues happening, and it's going to be like, so avoid those.
Underlying energy of just an intense energy where people can easily get triggered. I hate that word, triggered.
Yeah.
We've got Heidi saying that she's had a couple here in northern Colorado in the last few years, and that was on earthquakes. You say Colorado or Colorado?
I say Colorado. What do you say? Colorado?
Colorado. That's Chicago accent.
That
and
is.
You say Nevada, Colorado, Hyberta. Yes. So very interesting. But so now we've got the month of July, and we've got an interesting Mars transit, and we've got the possibility of people being quick to anger, and with all of the earthquake activity, it's like the planet's quick to react and be angry.
Very much so. And that's what's helping us. So instead of seeing this as a horrible thing, because it can also affect it can either be passionate, it can be very passionate, or it can be explosive. So passion can kind of seem as like an energetic burst.
Like intensity.
Intensity, right. So you're feeling things with passion, or you're just, a loose cannon. And so it can go either way. So if your relationship is in a good spot, it could be great for your relationship. But if you've been fighting already, all of July is going to be not good. It just isn't. You're going to be butting heads. You're going to be quick to jump to conclusions. And yeah.
Well, if you know about that energy and you know that it's there, which I think that is the gift of astrology,
right,
is that you understand the circumstances of which you're in and the planetary influences. So if you know that, like you're saying, you can be a little quicker to temper yourself, let things roll, let it pass. But also, if you do have passion and intensity, you can channel that into something good. It might feel like motivation. It might feel like determination. It might feel like today I'm going to get up and do this stuff that I've been talking about doing for 2 months.
Right.
You could choose.
Step out and finally ask that person that you've been dying to talk to. Ask them out. Ask them for coffee. Meet someone, because there's a lot of energy there. It's feeding it. So take the chance. Why not?
Right. If you can put that in a good direction, because um, with me, a lot of times I have these great ideas and then I write them down and I think about them for a while. And then I write down a few more notes and then I think about that for a while. And lots of thinking, lots of note taking, and not a lot of, oh, today's the day. So if people have uh, a burst of energy, motivation, feel determined, it would be good to stop thinking about it, stop writing more notes. There's nothing wrong with thinking and writing notes, but at some point, get
Right.
to the process
Yeah.
of, getting to it. So,
Yeah. And this definitely gives you that push. It definitely gives you that push to get things going and let things go. Like if
right.
you've been dragging something behind you like a wet blanket, it's time to let that go. Just leave it. Leave it. Just keep going. I'm not saying litter, but just keep going. And you're going to find that this all of a sudden it's okay to do that. I'm feeling comfortable about doing that now.
Yeah.
It's going to feel right to you.
And we have talked before about we went through a long period that felt like walking through mud, slowless, stagnation, nothing's happening, can't get anything moving. Even the efforts that you put into stuff, it just seems like everything's going super slow. And
Yep.
then we transited into, I would say, this year, most of this year, for sure this spring,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
now going into this summer that everything seems very fast
Yeah. And
and
just be
strong.
comfortable. Yeah. Be comfortable with not having to be out in crowds. Be more comfortable in nature or a quiet sit at the beach or by the pond or whatever you have that is available to you, even if it's the rooftop in a city. It's just find your quiet space, be out in nature and be able to sit and just be instead of choosing um, congestion.
And I talk about that from time to time. My Tai Chi does a lot of that for me, and I always practice outside.
Nice.
Also, my Qigong, and that comes up quite a bit during these shows. Talking about last week, we were talking about your emotional center, which is right here, your solar plexus, and then in Tai Chi that we hold our power in our navel area. We can store power there. All very interesting. And why do I bring this up? Because you can go purposefully sit um, by the water, go sit under a tree, go out in nature, and you can breathe and you can actually work on filling up your power center. You can work on grounding yourself. You can work on releasing from your solar plexus, which is holding a lot of emotion. Some people rub their solar plexus and you can rub it with oil, and some people literally start crying at what, emotions come out from doing that. So, what I'm saying is, in addition to what you were saying, you can enjoy your nature with intention. It's nice just being out there anyway, but if you add a layer of intention to it, you can really do a lot for yourself. Heidi said 3:33 p.m. and I have 33%. The synchronicities have been abundant lately. Receive with gratitude. I also have seen a lot of synchronicities lately, like many times a day,
Yeah, that's
which is
cool.
interesting.
Yep, very much so. And to go along with what you're talking about, the Tai Chi, that helps you calm your central nervous system,
Right.
brings you into your center, it centers you lower, it brings you into a space of calm. And anxiety is going to be high. And why wouldn't it? If the ground is shaking and Mother Earth is shaking up, it goes up into our feet, it goes up into our bodies, it goes
Right.
into us. So even if you aren't in the earthquake or nothing horrible happens, even if it's a 2 point whatever, you're still feeling that. It's a
Right.
disruption to our system. So what is perfect is to get into a practice of how to, and figure out what works for you. You know, maybe it's not Tai Chi, but it's something else. Do what works for you, but definitely investigate that, because I want you to have that practice in place before it really hits the fan.
Right.
Because that's harder to pull it all together when you're already in this panic space
Right.
or high anxiety. Yeah.
Right.
It's good
Right.
to have that speed. Then, because what is your effect when you do all that for your body, Annette?
Very nice.
Yeah.
It takes, I love the Tai Chi, especially, well, I do the Qigong too. Okay, what's the difference between Qigong and Tai Chi? Qigong is all about healing.
Hmm.
Tai Chi is actually a martial art, very slowly done. But you have to focus and concentrate to get all of your body movements right, and you're doing them correctly, and you're out of your head and you're into your body. And that's what I need a lot, because I spend most of my life out of my body and into my head.
Oh, and you're
A
such a
monkey,
deep thinker.
monkey
Yeah.
on a bicycle, 2 o'clock
Yeah.
in the morning, still going, and to quiet the mind and engage the body and work on that. And it's just good for you in so many ways, of balance, gracefulness. It it gets okay. I'm going to take a few more minutes for this. I'm going to get everybody that wants to do Tai Chi, you to be doing Tai Chi, because you learn how to use the different elements in surrounding you in the earth. You learn floating, sinking, spreading, gathering, floating and feeling a heaven energy, sinking and feeling a grounding energy, water energy. And you're putting these intentions into everything, and you're actually getting power from that. Because, for example, if I were in your living room with you right now and we were just doing this to like do an example, I could grab your wrist, not to hurt you. I could grab your wrist, and with my intention, I could go through the fascia in your body, and I could send healing light to your lower back pain. That's like crazy.
I love that. And we're going to
Yeah.
be seeing more into 2028, um, new healing technologies. So, this whole shakedown that we're going to be going through is all about endings, like shaking it. It's almost like shaking baby. Get it all out, shaking every coin you have in your pocket, and starting fresh and letting it all go. It's the purge. That's what we're going through right now, is the purge. And it's going to feel uncomfortable because of some things we're not going to want to let go of. So,
Interesting. I felt like we were in a very transitional energy.
yeah. So
Like,
that's why you can't start up a new thing. We can't start more. We can't, we're just coasting. And
right.
sometimes you're bobbing. You're not even coasting anymore. You're kind of sinking. So then you go, oh, I have tools. I have to use my tools. And then you start to rise up, and then you start floating again. If you feel like you're sinking, check in with yourself and say, what am I not doing? What am I missing? What do I need to do? What does my body need?
And Tai Chi is one way to do that. There are many ways to do that, but also the most important thing, I think, is to learn how to detach and ground yourself. And as much as we're talking about going with the flow, it's also about not getting swept away into emotional currents and getting to, we were talking about intensity, which can also lead to hysteria over things you can do absolutely nothing about. We've got UFO, UAP disclosure we can do absolutely nothing about. We've got earthquakes we can do absolutely nothing about. There's a long list of things that we're going to be dealing with that we can't really change, except for to say a prayer. You know, you can always do that. And in some traditions, you know, sending out love and light and things like that. But that's other than that, there's not much that we can do. We've got Carl saying, haha, I was talking to the birds in my front yard earlier, and they all stopped and were chattering back and forth with me. I have crows that do that. I have crows in the yard that will respond. I'm interested in what kind of birds you have. And Heidi said she has blue jays that summon her for peanuts daily.
That's funny.
And
I love that you guys have that connection with birds.
love it, though. I feel that too. Annette, I think she was talking about when I was saying the grounding or the forces of the elements. And we've got, I'm going to call you Nagy. But
oh, hello. It's
she's very, very sweet, but she's Hungarian. I see your messages because I friended you on Facebook, but I can't always read your messages. But I do see you, and thank you for being here. And we appreciate you. And if it's okay for me to say Nagy, then I'll just say that.
She's another beautiful healing spirit, too. She's got some great energy.
Yeah.
Let me know if you want a reading, darling. I was trying to look at the dog. He's pacing back and forth. I don't know what he needs.
Well, I'll take a reading, actually. My life has been very turbulent.
Okay.
You know,
that was another thing that the guides were saying, is that we are not going to be able to escape the stuff that's unfolding. We're not going to be able to escape it. So don't think that, oh, I do everything right and I've been doing my Tai Chi and I'm still feeling it. You're going to feel it. You need to feel it. We're supposed to feel it so that we can know what to do with it. Like, you don't know what to do with the Band-Aid until you get a cut. You need to get the cut so we can put the Band-Aid on so you can heal, and that's it. So it's kind of like we have to go through this. This is a necessity.
Yeah, and a little bit in the circle of things. Mm-hmm. We can't do anything about it. We can't heal the world, but we can heal ourselves. And if we don't heal ourselves, we absolutely can't heal the world. So that's kind of, I mean, not to say, oh, I only care about myself. No. But, you know, the old adage about you can't pour from an empty cup, and, you know, you can't teach what you don't know.
Right.
And all of that stuff, you know, comes into it. Like, if you're, I feel sorry for, if you're somebody that doesn't believe in very much, and you are just kind of getting hit suddenly with information that's rocking your universe. Whereas, like, a lot of us in the supernatural, mystical, paranormal, religious community, we have heard of these things. Right now, I'm talking primarily about UFO, UAP. But there are people that really don't believe in that. And then this stuff is going to come out and they're going to feel like, well, we've been around this for forever. This is nothing new. In fact, what they put out so far is almost non-remarkable. You know, it's more pictures, videos, and accounts that
happened 100 years ago.
Right.
Give me more. Give me what's happening.
Right.
Yeah. Other than they're admitting they lied to us, which is important. You know, they're not saying they have, but if they're showing us information and they denied it the whole time and gaslit us, but now they're saying, oh, all of a sudden it is, you know, it just, what else? That leads me to, what else are you not being truthful about?
Everything. I could say more, but should I?
That's where I'm trying to be kind.
The opinions expressed on this show do not reflect the opinions of UPRN or Father Shawn Whittington. I'll just say that right now. Correct. But if you notice, I'll just say this little bit. If you notice that we never seem to get to the bottom of anything, even in this world of high sophisticated technology and all of these inquiries and investigations, and we never seem to get all the way to the bottom. That's what I'm going to say. It's not a coincidence.
Well, if this was your relationship, right? You're in a relationship with someone that all of a sudden, years later, they tell you that, oh, yeah, this did happen. And I was gaslighting you the whole time. You'd be pissed. Or I've been spending a lot of money on stupid things for a long time. You'd be pissed too. So it's like, yeah, it's just, I don't know. That's the way I look at it. I look at it as a really bad dysfunctional relationship.
Well, yeah,
And
but
something's
okay.
got to change.
Now we have to make another little hop. And I'm going to hop to Epstein.
Okay, here we
The
go.
opinions expressed on this episode do not reflect. But I mean, do you think we'll ever get all the way to the bottom of that? No, but we know enough. We know that for a long time we lived under a dome of people who were involved in very corrupt connections
Right.
and
Very,
very sick and sadistic practices. And there were a lot of people that were connected, some all the way through to the island and activities, but others through financial means connected and working arm in arm together. And these people had a lot of influence over our country, our planet, how we live, and we never knew that. And there they were in the background,
right.
and they've been there for a long time.
Thousands and thousands of years. This goes back to beyond, many lifetimes that we've ever experienced. So this isn't something new. That we're going back to, we're just going back to groups of elite and entitled have been doing this for centuries.
Of course.
Right. So we
Because
just have to it's nothing new and different. It's just, it's now we get to decide. We've been given information and now you get to decide where this fits for you. And is this acceptable? And that's the great part, is that we get to decide. It's bringing it to our awareness to say, okay, how does this fit for me? Do I want to accept half truths anymore? Or do I want to be in a country where we can fully disclose things and it be okay? And if you don't want to, because sometimes for a long time, we didn't want to know. No one wanted to know. We wanted to live in the, leave it to beaver, everything's great and sunny type of a family lifestyle. And that was fed to us.
I'm Aquarius and I wanted to know.
Right.
And not only that, but with the disclosure, I gave up on anybody ever stepping forward one day to say anything about it. It was the elephant in the room, and they just were going to leave it be the elephant in the room forever. That's what I thought. But
Yep.
we are running low on time, so
Okay.
I'm going to pass on what I said and turn it over for Heidi, because she was asking for a little reading.
Oh,
And
good.
she also has an update about her cats.
Oh, her Egyptian-looking cats.
Oh, I would love to share with you that those big Egyptian-looking cats, my daughter, granddaughter, and I see and hear. The week before last, I finally saw the orange beige one's face, and it's not what she expected.
Oh,
And then she
interesting.
follows up with not scary or uncomfortable, but had more of a human man-like look. So I'm going to turn over, because I was just asking something general. This is pretty interesting. So
Yeah.
let's give it to Heidi.
It sounds like you saw the Hathors. The Hathors are a light being group of I don't want to say individuals because that sounds like a very human word. A group of beings, and maybe you could look up that and see where that sits for you, because that's the first thing I saw with the Hathors. They're wonderful. They're old knowledge. They're great to work with. They're very healing. So I don't know if that's a thing that you like. You're in that, you like the healing aspects. They're very Egyptian-ish. They're just old knowledge. They're old knowledge. You'll find some things and see if that fits for you, but that would be really cool. And I'm just going to go through what is important for you going into July. What would be good for you to know, to be aware of? liberation. So don't try not to make too many appointments or too many what are the Hathors are talking to me, so I'm so sorry. Engagements. Just don't plan too many things. Don't do too much. Give yourself plenty of room to stay and be quiet and have that out. So they've got like 2 doors, 3 doors open. Did I lose my sound? Or can you hear me?
I hear you.
Okay, good. Very interesting. My computer the sound just turned off by itself.
Weird.
Very weird. So, yeah, that's the liberation card. So keep your options free. Try not to book too much. Keep your book open so that if you need to lie down and stay quiet. Your guides are just saying, just stay, do meditation. You're going to school this month. July is a month of learning for you. So they're going to be showing you more. And ask them to show you more. They're going to know when you're ready. So that's why they presented that to you. And see how that fits for you. This is exciting, Heidi. I'm excited for you.
It's very super interesting. And Carl is asking, I'm helping out on the 2026 Bigfoot expedition.
Ooh.
At the end of July. Do you see success with leading 20 newbies in the field? And there are still available openings if you want to join. And where is this, Carl?
Yeah, where is it, Carl?
And Heidi said, healing is something I strive for daily, and I'm feeling not too many appointments. My birthday's in July.
Hey,
happy birthday.
Happy
Heidi.
birthday.
And she's saying so many synchronicities around your words and gratitude. Okay, good. Do we have time to pull a couple for Carl? Because we're getting really close.
Yep. Carl, I'll keep it quick. The voyage. Yeah, it's the maiden voyage. This is going to be not new for you, but new for people. This is going to be exciting and new. You're the best person to lead them through this new adventure. Also look up the ETs are saying we'll be above you. They work with Bigfoot now. I don't know what this is. Seems like this is new that Bigfoot people are talking about, but be aware that there's this that's coming together. That energy is coming together. They're working together. They're both, from my standpoint, Bigfoot is a being of light. So that's why it's coming through. So shine and be excited and be able to be proud of all of the work that you've done, because now you get to say, I told you so. Not that you would ever say that, but it's that feeling of, we've been telling you. So
I don't know if Carl said where this
no,
this conference.
We know how to get that answer though. He's coming back this week. We'll pick his
Well, yeah, but there might be people listening now that don't listen next week.
They're gonna have to.
Right, they have to.
They're gonna have to.
They won't know where it is.
Yeah, they won't be able to.
So let's do this because we'll start wrapping it up, and maybe he'll say where it was. We're gonna let people know where they can find you.
Yep.
And you have a website and anything that you have coming up that's interesting.
Sure. CapeCodHappyMedium.com. Hit that for whatever I'm doing. I've been doing so much. I just finished filming an episode that I had with about Father Shawn. So that's a relief. But if I could get some likes on my YouTube page, you know how YouTube is weird with, I hate to collect people. That's not what this is about. It's just so that I can stay visible so you can find me. And it's Susan Ahearn Paranormal. You can just like that. That gives me, it messes with the algorithm so that I stay visible. And that's about it.
Yeah, I love that she said that. Please like, share, and subscribe for us, you guys. We do have a great audience. live on the FM dial in New Orleans and the Gulf Coast. And I will say thank you so much for UPRN 107.7 FM New Orleans, 105.3 FM Gulf Coast, and that is Joe Montaldo and the great Michelle DeRoche, who's always helping me, and God bless you for that. And also, I want to ask everybody to stay tuned for Spirit Switchboard with Carrie Lynn Shellhorn. But also, you guys friend me up on Facebook. And I have my email, annette.munich@gmail.com. That's 2 N's in Annette, 2 E's, 2 T's, 2 N's in Munich. Everybody gets it wrong. But maybe, just maybe, if you try about 900 times, you can get it right. Find me on Facebook first, then you can see how to spell my name. Then you can send me an email. And I've connected with Nancy, and I've connected with the lovely girl from Hungary that I called Negi. I hope that wasn't wrong. I don't know.
This is the middle of the night for her, the poor thing.
Right, and thank you. And we really enjoy all of you. We had a lot of, did you have fun, Susan?
I did have fun. I love my New Orleans people. I love our listeners all over the world. Thank you guys. We're so blessed. And yeah.
You never know what we'll end up talking about. It could be anything. It goes wherever it wants to go.
Exactly.
So I'm glad you had a good time, and we will be back next Friday, and it will be Carl, and we're going to talk about that Quinn portal, and that's in Arizona, and that'll be really super interesting. And thank you so much. We appreciate you. Have a great night and a great weekend. And also, thanks to anybody for prayers for Father Shawn and his wife Sharon, and also the prayers for my son-in-law. And we really, really appreciate that more than you know. Have a great weekend, and we will be back next Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central. Thank you so much.